If you struggle with feeling your lower back instead of glutes or hamstrings, this video is for you. There are a few things that can cause that, but one big fix is learning how to stack your torso. That simply means your ribs and pelvis should be aligned or stacked relatively on top of each other. When your ribs flare and your pelvis shifts forward, you naturally move into spinal extension. And that'll cause unnecessary engagement in your lower back instead of loading the correct muscles like glutes, hamstrings, or quads. For example, when you're under the barbell for a squat, if you chest breathe, push your ribs up and let your hips tilt forward, your lower back arches and your core stability goes out the window. It places you in a hyperextended position and your lower back starts taking on more load than it should. What we want instead is full engagement through the lats, the core, the serratus, that muscle around your ribs, and a torso position where your head sits stacked over your rib cage, over your pelvis, in one line that should stay relatively stable throughout the entire movement. So here's the simple cue. Ribs down, pelvis slightly tilted back, core braced, and breathe into your belly. Notice the difference between an overextended spine where the ribs flare up and the pelvis tilts forward versus a stacked neutral position with the core engaged. This is exactly what I mean by a neutral spine or stacked torso. We don't want to be in excessive extension or full flexion. We just set that stacked neutral position before we move and hold it throughout. And this applies to free weight compounds, but also to machine exercises. The stack is a skill. Learning to hold this alignment through the movement does take practice. Even your breathing can just pull you out of alignment if you're not mindful. At first, you might struggle, but with repetition and practice, you'll nail it down. Once you master this technique, it'll feel so much easier to load the right muscles, feel stronger, safer, and more controlled in your movements.